All right, this is kind of a installation kit overview for the Honda Talon 1000 four-seater Fox Live valve. Just kind of go over a couple things, and the only reason I'm posting this is because there wasn't a video out there that kind of showed me where everything went. First thing you're going to install here is the turn signal switch. As you can see, I've got it mounted underneath. You're going to have to remove the main bolt that was on the steering column where the right here where the switch is to raise and lower. So you got to remove that bolt that's right in there. Then you'll install that on there. You'll run the wiring down underneath, so you've got to remove this piece right here. Run the wiring down underneath for the wiring harness. Once you've run all that underneath, you've got to go in and connect all of these cables based on the instructions. Follow the instructions carefully when you're doing all these installation and putting the cables on. The first piece really that you're going to install are these turn signals right here. So these little LED lights, I've mounted them right here. After doing this, I realized that's probably not the best location, just because it's hard to get your hand in there to push these little tiny LED lights out. So go ahead and pick another slot that might be easier to reach up into and put in there. It references using a little heat and moisture. I didn't find that that helped at all for putting those in, so it's up to your discretion whether or not you want to do that. Next step was basically installing the turn signals. I highly recommend using the step drill bit to put those in. Got those installed. You're going to want to line them up. Basically there says top on top of all of them, so just put it in there with the grommet. We run the wires down, so basically what I did was, after I ran the wires, ran some zip ties in there, because you're going to want to keep those cords out of the way of any moving parts, the suspension system, anything that's hot. So get those in there. That's the driver's side. Passenger side I got in there as well. Basically the same scenario. Ran it in off that wire, the wire and the mounting system right there. So after that, the next step that I think it called for was moving to the rear tail light turn signals. So basically what you got to do is you got to get in here and you got to remove the center console piece and the rear console piece. So you get back here towards the back of this thing and pull off this. I've already put it back on, but I'll pull it back off again for the video. So you're going to mount that right with there. That's your rear brake adapter. As you can see, I've got some excess wire right in here that I've zip tied up, but you'll run that, connect that, make that sure that connection's in place. And after you make that connection, then you got the rear license plate. So you're going to run the license plate thing here. Basically what I did was I just pulled off this whole plastic piece, just removed it. It's just easier that way. Made my drill holes. I put the light above the plate. It's really not going to shine too much on the plate, but it was just an easier location for me to put it. I then took the wires, I kind of ran them up. You really can't see where I did it, but ran them up over the top just to kind of avoid, kind of right through here, to avoid getting it anywhere near the exhaust system. Zip tied it in there really good. Showed you I used the excess, so you kind of zip tied that excess in there. Next thing that you've got going on here is you're installing the horn kit, connecting it to the main power source. That main power connector is right here. Haven't connected this piece back on there yet. I'm going to snap that back on right here. I'm going to move these wires around and zip tie them in a little bit better once I kind of post this and get it done with. But then you can run your test. Realize the video is really short. This is probably taken me a total of about, I hate to say it, about 4 hours to install. No videos out there. Probably could have helped me a little bit, but at least you can kind of see that you know, my stuff that's taking me a lot longer might help you shorten up your timing. So Big key here is there's not enough of these zip ties. So at least from my perspective, I like to zip tie things to make sure they're out of the way. I carry a lot of zip ties, so I just added about another 15 of them all over the inside of the vehicle, kind of securing the wires. So other than that, good luck. Thanks for watching the video.